my name is Chidima and I'm a product designer building a fintech startup and a design agency. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing all of that. Everything from how I prioritize and manage my activities and staying productive, my updated workflow as a product designer, basically nitty-gritties on how I'm running my design agency.
So don't just slip by. These days they will come and go. That's how you build a good life.
So I just finished up with my stand-up with my team and it's few minutes past 9. Currently 24 hours seems not to be enough for me. There's nothing I can do about that. The only thing I can do is to learn how to buy back my time. Everything suddenly needs my attention, it needs my energy, and I'm also going to be showing you guys how I'm navigating that while doing something I'll consider a lot for one person. I'm just going to go in and do some things on my face and I'm going to come back and I'll show you guys exactly how I do it all, building a startup, building a design agency as a one-man team. So let's go. So today I woke up by 7 a.m. and I am so embarrassed to say that, because you cannot be waking up by that time if you want to succeed in life. Well, it was basically because I was watching a Chinese drama and I watched it late into the night. Once I woke up, I just did a personal devotion. So it just took me like 30 minutes. That would usually not be, but it's because I woke up late. Yeah, I usually have a longer devotional time with God. And after that, I just went to brush up my teeth and take a shower, which after I did that, I went straight into preparing for the stand-up meeting. It's currently 10 a.m. and I'm going to get into the work that I have for today. So I'm going to be working on some update that I got from my colleagues. That is usually what I'll go with first because it takes a lot of cognitive load and it's kind of one of the greatest work that I like to avoid. So I like to put that first thing that I like to avoid so that I tackle it first and then I focus on the other things. So when I told you guys I'm going to tell you about how I manage doing a lot and being able to get a lot of things done through the day, it's that I tend to prioritize. So in my life right now, what I prioritize the most is my startup team, my agency that I'm building. And inside that agency, a lot goes inside of it. Trying to get client, that is marketing, lead generation, sales and all of that. I'm also learning how to use AI to make my work process easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll show you guys how I do that and bring you into my day. In case if that's familiar with you, I hope my process gives you insight.
So in this life, don't you try to move too fast, or the good times will roll by. So don't just slip by. These days they will come and go. That's how you build a good life.
Okay, so I'm trying to redesign the bottom nav that we have. This is what we currently have right now. We currently have this. We want something much more modern. I also want it to be a component for every navigation here, and I want it to be interactive, right? That takes a lot of time. So I'm trying to see. So I went to Claude and I told it, you know what? I want you to design me a mobile app bottom navigation. I want it to give me something using the Figma MCP. So I want it to be editable inside Figma because I want to be able to edit it myself when it gives me. So I give it the context. I want it to, I'm telling it that, okay, this is the width, this is the height. I want it to have shadows. Now I tell it to now generate me a prompt, using this information to generate me a prompt that guides AI to give me the best output. Now, why I do this is because I don't want to just paste this and waste my credit. I want it to give me a prompt that is, good enough for AI to give me a better output. And that is what you call meta prompting. So if you look at it, it has generated me a prompt. So all I'm going to do now is just to review this prompt and see if it really matches with what I want, because there are still some info that I did not add here. So I'm just going to review this prompt and see if it really does the work. Okay, so there are things that I saw here that it's not really matching with what I told it to do. So I'm going to use this to tell it to, get it all together and get it right. But I cannot start typing again, right? I just wanted to type in the beginning. Sometimes I forget because I'm used to it too. I'm going to use either this to say what I want to say so that it saves me more time, or I do use like whisper flow sometimes to do that. So the shortcut, once I just click like FN, once I click FN, it tells me like, this shows you that it's actively recording what I'm saying. So if I leave it, it pastes it. But I've been noticing a problem, which is when I record something, it doesn't like say what I want to say. So I'm just going to be using this for now. Maybe later I'll find the time to fix that. So I'm going to tell you that the component that I asked you to create is not the component that has to do in its active and inactive states. You have to be very strategic with your prompting. Even if you're not good at prompt engineering, you can use meta prompting, which is just giving it a rough sketch of what you want it to do. Make sure you give it the context and then tell it to generate a better prompt for you to be able to get the result that you want. Always attach images, always put PDFs if you have, always reference it. So if you're new to Claude as a product designer and you don't even know what to do, you don't know where to start, I'm going to add a link that is a free course that's provided by Anthropic. So Anthropic owns Claude. So Claude is just like an AI assistant. Is there to help you think, create strategic things, and help you just build stuff and set systems to work faster. I'm going to add a link. If you're interested, you can go through the course, get certified, but most importantly, implement what you learn. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell it to give me the design so that I will see what they can be able to do. I mean, if it does it well, speeds up the process. So while it's doing the work, I'm just going to go back to Figma and continue doing other things that I'm working on. So I came back and you can see that it completed everything and it's telling me, look at your file. So I opened this file and it's taking me to another page. Oh no, this is not what I asked it to do. I mean, I even gave it like reference. Okay, drop shadow. The one I did inside Figma is so much better than this. But I'm thinking maybe I will just give it as my prompt is not as good. But I mean, it tried, but it's not my expectation. It's not my expectation. I asked it to give me components and the invariants of each of this navigation, but obviously it's not what I want. But I'll just move on to going back to doing it myself on Figma. Hi sister, what are you preparing?
Jollof spaghetti.
Oh,
That is vegetable rich.
Let's see, yummy. I have food to eat today. You are working and you're cooking at the same time. That's a bad work ethic. What do you think?
Well, it depends on what you think. But I don't think so. As long as I get the work done, I'm cool. God made that possible.
Fried it, add your carrots, and let it fry for like 4 minutes. Till you have something like this.
So I usually like to meal prep during weekends because once it gets into weekdays, I will not have the time to cook. Like I barely do not have that time to cook. But thank God my sister was preparing something that she has been craving and I was so excited.
See you when the food is ready. Bye.
But on a normal day, no, spaghetti and noodles would not be my choice, but I don't have a choice today.
It's past 2 p.m. The time that I allocated to the first session of my work is gone. And I wouldn't say that I'm 100% done with the work per se, but if I stay on it and say, okay, let me complete every single bit of it, then I might not get into the next thing that I have to do. So that is how I work. What I usually would do is that I'm going to jump into what I have to do next. And if there's anything that I wasn't able to do here, I'm going to find a way to figure it out. That is what I do. So sometimes I might spend maybe extra time. I might wake up earlier in the morning, stay maybe late into the evening to do that. And the next thing that I have here is to schedule a post on LinkedIn. One of the ways that I put out the work that I do is on LinkedIn, and I'm not just on LinkedIn for being on LinkedIn's sake. Is because most of my target audience, that is where you usually find them, startup founders, business owners, and posting is one of the ways that I drive awareness of what I do. So it's more like marketing for me. It's how I drive awareness for what I do and how I get clients. I've been targeting everybody, but now I'm specifically targeting startup founders that are building B2B or AI products. So I speak specifically to these people. So I'm going to curate 2 posts that I'm going to make and I'll schedule it.
So this was me taking snapshot that I'm going to use for my posting, and by the time of recording this video, it had over 100 likes and 1 potential lead. Also, I used Claude to write my post. It made it so much easier, even though I didn't get to show you guys that part. Probably in another video.
So next up, it is time for the next thing on my to-do, and that is ABC Studio, my design agency. So I'm going to give you briefly what I do. What I do is basically auditing products for B2B and AI startups, and also building MVPs. So that is what I'm niched on. And in order to start that properly, I decided to start auditing for at least 2 to 3 B2B or AI startups for free in order to get enough credibility. Because to even email somebody or pitch somebody, you need to have proof of work. And yeah, I have proof of work of building MVPs, but I don't when it comes to that aspect. I also have to build up credentials for B2B and AI products. So currently I have someone that I'm auditing their products for. It's a B2B and also an AI startup product. There's a lot going on in their product, and I'm currently auditing it and documenting it, breaking down what is wrong with their products, also what they need to prioritize, and a roadmap on actionable plans or actionable things that they can do in order to get their product to the next level. I already started the process, and I'm documenting it on Notion. So in this process, I'm also learning how to build client portals. And yes, I scheduled this work to last for 3 hours. So from now till 6 p.m. So once I'm done with that, I'm essentially done for the day.
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read you.
If you watch this video to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of this content, do well to like and to subscribe. Can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.